Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It is Friday, the 5th of March, 2021. And apologies, firstly, because I've had a couple of weeks off. A couple of weeks off from Facebook, that is. I haven't done any lives in here for at least a couple of weeks. And I've had a little break, and I've spent a lot of time over on Clubhouse, which is the new audio drop-in app. If you haven't seen it, definitely go and get it. There's some amazing content going on over there. It's all live, so none of it's recorded. So you have to be there or you lose out. And I run a show over there, which I think I told you guys about before, called the Real Life Club. Obviously, I have a Real Life Club membership. And that's all about helping you be the real you, helping you live with intent, on purpose, however you want to call it. And that's what the Real Life Club's about. But I run a room over on Clubhouse called the Real Life Club. And it's just basically an open live chat that we have Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 9 o'clock until 10:30. And I run it with a lovely lady called Gail Edwards. We're getting a little bit of a following now. I get some regulars. So if you're on Clubhouse, please come and join me, like I say, Monday, Wednesday and Friday for the Real Life Club open chat. But also I have a membership called the Real Life Club, which, you can find out about down there. But anyway, I'm going to be starting backing up doing my lives again. I mean, I did pretty well. I committed to doing them the whole of last year. Even when my dad died, my dog died, through my divorce and everything else in between, I did show up. So I think I'm entitled to a couple of weeks off, right? You'll afford me that. So if you're joining me this morning, please come and say hi. Please, comment below and let me know how your mojo is this morning. If you've watched one of my lives before, I always talk about mojo, and that's that inner spark. That thing that is you, that encapsulates you, that makes you feel alive, that makes your soul sing. And I always talk about it on a little Richter scale of 0. I mean, 0 is pants, we're probably dead if did my Wi-Fi drop out then? I think it did. Anyway, so please say hi to me this morning and let me know how you are with your mojo. I reckon my mojo is about 7.75. I'm about to go and do my 3K walk. Yes, I'm doing 3K a day. Started that over in my free Facebook group on the 1st of January, committing to 3K a day. We were going to do it every day of January, and some of us have carried it on. I've carried it on. It's now March. Wow. March the 5th. And I'm still doing 3K every day. Sometimes I run, like yesterday. Today I've done a HIIT session here in the lounge, and I'm going to take Dory the dog, and we're going to do our 3K. And it's just, I'm a massive believer, right, that moving our body moves our mindset, moving our body moves our mood. If you want to feel good, then you have to move your body. It's a crucial part of us as human beings. It's what the body was designed to do. If you think about it, hundreds of years ago, hunter-gatherers, that's all we were. We basically we had to move our bodies to survive, to run away from danger, to go and find food. That was all we did. And of course, now we've got a gazillion and one things that will do all sorts of things for us. But in order to feel good in our minds and to have peace of mind, one element of that is moving our bodies. So I'm moving 3K today. How about you? So it is March the 5th, 2021. It's a Friday. It is also a non-refundable day. Yes, you're not going to get to the end of your life and get an opportunity to review your life and think, hey, I want March the 5th, 2021 back. I've reviewed that day. I didn't live it as I could have, full out, with all intention and purpose. Can I go back and live it again? You are not going to get that opportunity. It's non-refundable. So have you set an intention for today? What do you want to feel like today? What do you want today to look like? What do you want to happen in your day? I always say, plan tomorrow today. So last night in my journal, I wrote down today. And when I woke up, I also wrote what I intend for today. And one of the biggest things I always write on my list is to smile and laugh and to feel good. I want to feel good. And ultimately, I think that's what we all want. We all ultimately just want to feel good, right? We want to be happy, whatever that is that makes us happy. But what I do know more than anything is that it starts with you. It starts with you, and it starts within doing that inner work. The best, and one thing that I've learned over the last couple of years is that the best life is the life that's lived from within, from being the real you. That's what membership is about, that I run, the Real Life Club membership. And it's what we should all be about, learning to show up in the world as who we really are. Because when we truly know who we are, then we figure out what it is that we actually want. And then we can go about getting it. But we can enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. Like, I'm in business. I've got a property business. I've got a speaking business. I've got a coaching business. I've got other things going on. But I have to enjoy it. I have to laugh every day. Otherwise, what's the point? Because I guarantee when you get to the end and you've not enjoyed the journey and you've achieved your goals, you'll be like, yeah. Because if you're not happy before, you'll never be happy with it. It starts within, and it starts with you. And that's why I briefly wanted to touch on this morning. If you look in the description, is let's talk responsibility. And responsibility is a big word. And what does it, I don't even know what the dictionary definition is of responsibility. I don't have my phone with me, so I can't look it up. But it's taking ownership. That's what it basically means. It's being responsible for your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your behaviors. And you might have heard me talk about this stuff before, but that's a number one thing. Like, if life is shit, if your relationships are shit, your job shit, your boss is shit, life is shit, the world is shit, can you control any of that? Can you control how your boss turns up today, how your partner shows up, how your family show up, how the world shows up? Because the world is a complicated thing, right? There's a lot going on out there. And we are complicated as well. There's a lot going on here. But what do we have control over? What are we responsible for? What ultimately are we responsible for? Just one thing: ourselves. We are responsible for ourselves. We can control ourselves. We cannot control our friends, our boyfriends, our girlfriends, husbands, wife, boss, whoever, the world, the government, Bojo, whatever. We can't control any of that. But we can control ourselves, and we can take responsibility for that. It's not an easy thing to do. Easy to say, not easy to do. Trust me, it was hard fucking work. I've been there, I've done it. But what I do know is that when we take responsibility for that, when we own how we feel, and we own how we show up, and we own our own mindset, that life gets a lot better, because you put yourself as the driver of your own chariot. I made a video about owning your own chariot, being the driver of your chariot for the membership. And I posted that in there yesterday, and I recorded it yesterday when I was out on a walk. Because sometimes we're in the back of the chariot, right? Imagine that old chariot with a horse, and there's someone at the front, and he's in charge, and he's in control, and the chariot's in behind, and people are in behind. That's the leader. He's in control of where you go and the track that you take. And you're in the back being tossed about by the leader, by the world, by other people. That's what happens when you put responsibility on them. When you say it's them and you're a victim, it's him, it's her, it's the government. They're at the front leading the chariot, and you're in the back being tossed about by how they're leading. But how about putting yourself in the front of the chariot, and you lead in the chariot, and you go in where you want to go, and you go down the path that you want to go down? That is responsibility. To be in the leader of your own chariot, you have to take responsibility. It isn't easy. Is it worth it? Yes. Can it be done? Yes. How do you do it? That's the challenge. That's the challenge. Become self-aware. Be willing to do the personal inner work. It's not easy to do, but it is worth it. When you're in control, you're calmer. I'm definitely calmer. I'm more confident. I'm absolutely more confident because I'm in control, right? I just have to let all of that go and just work on how I feel about the situation or thing and change my view, my perspective. Those are the things that are byproducts of taking responsibility. And those are the things that I talk about a lot more within my membership group. and just, well, loads of other videos I've got around. I talk about it a lot because it's stuff that I've been through. So I wanted to share that with you this morning. And I also want you to remember that, you know, life is best when it's done from being the real you, from showing up as who you really are and taking responsibility for that, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions and behaviors. And when, if you're not doing it, when? What are you waiting for? The conditions to be right, the pandemic to be gone, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, your husband or your wife to be different. What are you waiting for to show up as the real you? Sometimes we wait and wait and wait until something happens, a crisis, a drama, a trauma, before we decide to take action. But what are you waiting for? You don't need to wait. Today is a non-refundable day. We all deserve to be happy. We all want to feel good. And you can feel good by being you, by taking responsibility for you, for how you show up, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions and behaviors. And showing up in the real world as who you really are. Because when you truly know who you are and you are self-aware, that's when you can be your best self. And that's when you figure out what you really, really want from this world. And then you start figuring out how to go about and getting it. But you've got to enjoy the process. And enjoying the process, and part of enjoying the process is being who you really are. No fucks given, right? Just be you. Some will like you, some will hate you. Some will like you, some will hate you when you show up veneer, pretending to be all things to all people. Some people still love you for that. Some people will hate you for that. So you just as well be you, because there's 7 billion different types of normal in the world. Embrace your uniqueness. Go out there and be you and seize today, a non-refundable day, March 5th, 2021. How will you live it? How will you show up? Will you smile? Will you laugh? Will you serve others? But more importantly, will you serve yourself first? Right, it starts with you. Have an amazing non-refundable day. I will see you back here Monday around 8:30ish. Yeah, and I'm going to be showing up a hell of a lot more. So be prepared. And if you're interested in the membership, by the way, check it out. Doors are open. Go to sam-adams.com/membership. Have an amazing day.